All right, making sure you have enough money to live once you stop working is a big concern for people getting close to retirement. Today, we've got the top 3 questions about retirement that could make all the difference in your future. Today, we're joined in the cafe by Micah Tipton from Evans Financial Group to take a closer look at the questions you probably have about retirement. Micah, good to see you. Thanks for coming in.
Jeff, thanks for having me, man.
Yeah, let's talk a little bit about this. We have an aging population, so people are living longer. More people have to think about retirement, how they're going to be able to live once they stop working. Yep. Do they have money put away for that? It's a big issue right now, and people need to address it really earlier, the better.
Yeah, absolutely. Planning ahead is always the best solution. And the biggest question that we get is, is my money going to last? Mm-hmm. They've worked for decades to save up this nest egg, and they want some assurance that it's going to last their whole retirement. We've had couples come in that they think they need to retire with $2 million, and after we come up with a plan for them, we may discover that it's far less than that.
Right.
So having a retirement plan as early as possible and an income plan to go with that, that's going to give people assurance that they won't outlive those funds.
You've also got inflation too. You have to factor in as well. You don't know years down the road how much everything's going to cost, so you really want to, I guess, have more money saved than maybe you even think you need initially.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the beauty of having a retirement plan and being able to look ahead and talk to somebody who, every day is dealing with issues of, what are tax rates going to be? What's inflation going to be? What about healthcare costs? Those kinds of things, to have a plan in place so that you're not just guessing at what might happen. Absolutely.
Now, when should retirees, take Social Security? When is a good time to do that?
Yeah, that's a loaded question. It's very unique to everybody that comes in our office because they all have different circumstances. When are they going to retire and stop working? Do they have longevity in their family? How long have people lived? Because if you wait from 62 to 70, that's about a 30% increase. So those factors play into everything. But it's not a one-size-fits-all, and we don't want people to leave tens of thousands of dollars on the table. So we want to narrow it down, but it's going to be unique for each person for sure.
Is it key too to make sure that your health care doesn't really drain your retirement either? That's something you've got to balance that out?
Yeah, for a couple that's retiring at 65, the average health care expense that they're going to see is about $300,000, not including a nursing home stay if they have to do that. And being able to cover those funds, again, that comes down to proper planning, looking ahead at what those costs may be, and having a plan in place for that so that there's no uh-ohs down the road and they're having to figure things out or look at alternatives.
After we look at these 3 questions, what's the overall message to people about their retirement savings that you want to get across to them today, Micah?
Yeah, I think the most important thing is to have a plan in place. Talk to somebody who deals with some of these risks in retirement and these big questions that people have day to day, and be able to have a concrete plan that you can actually follow and give you some peace of mind.
All right, Micah, thanks for coming in. Appreciate it. Nice to meet you.
Great.
Appreciate those tips on retirement.